Me too.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome
Hi,
to
everybody.
welcome to the Real Time Wisdom Show with Joanna and Lainey. Thank you for being here tonight. We have a great show. We have a wonderful show, actually, and it's wonderful, actually, coming off of a certification where we can now kind of like move the energy a little bit away from us and just focus on a wonderful guest and all his wonderful information that's going to light up the stage here tonight and really help people. And that's what we're here to do, right?
That is what
Hi,
we're here to
Robin.
do.
We are recovering from an incredible, profound, mystical, spiritual, enlightened, potent, potent nutritionally. What else? What other words can we say was this weekend all about?
Oh, it was mushrooms, to use our language, which is
Right?
magic. It was magical. I think that, everyone that was in our class had some real aha moments. I
Yeah.
know I learned some things from them, and hopefully they learned lots from us. And more importantly, they were able to learn what Mother Nature has to say. So I
No
have been
question.
reading some of the posts that they've posted, and it's really all about vibing up, raising your frequency through the foods, looking at foods in a whole different way. And
Yeah.
I think that that's what we did. Cheryl said it best. Our card deck is designed to raise the frequency of the planet, one person at a time, eating good, healthy, magical foods. And look, all of our certification students are
Yeah.
here. Joan, Sarah,
Tamara said power.
Robin, Tamara. I love it. Love
Well,
seeing
I'm going to
that.
say that tonight is all about almonds. Okay.
Yeah.
Almonds is power. And tonight is a powerful show. And I almost feel like I want to just get right into it because we have Gary here, Gary Two Roller it's all the way from Bali, really from South Africa. But he's a man of the world, very cultured, and has a lot to say. So I almost feel like if you're okay with it, I just want to make a couple announcements. One is we're going to go dark. We're not going to be here next Monday. So get it all in today, and then we're going to skip for the first time ever. But we are actually, the way it worked out is that we have another certification next Monday, and we already know that we're going to actually do some self-care and not try to do a show right after the ending because we want to just kind of bask in that and also like be mindful of the energy output. As you know, it could possibly or kind of know what it takes to put that together. So we won't be here next Monday. So we're going to make the most of today. And that's why I want to almost kind of jump right into it, unless you have anything else you want to share, Joanna.
No, I don't. I just want to encourage the listeners to really take this opportunity to pick Gary's brain because he has a plethora of energy and he has so many good things to share. So do not be afraid to hit
Oh
that
my God,
keyboard and ask questions.
did you hear what Joanna said? She said my nemesis word. You remember I was saying during the certification when someone calls me and says, "Can I pick your brain for a minute?"
Oh,
And I was like, "That's the one thing. Please don't ever say that because it's more of like,
don't pick
hey,
his brain.
no." But you know what? Gary's here and he's a powerful high performance coach. His bio it goes from here to the Isles of Trinidad. But I'd rather just get him on in a minute, if not seconds, and let him tell you about who he is and why we were drawn to him and why he connects with what we're doing on the Food Healing Oracle deck side, what he's doing, what he's doing with his gorgeous fiance in the world. There's so much to share, but the whole point of it that brought this topic, and we could have talked on a million different things, is that we were talking about food addictions and we talk about cravings and we talk about how some of us want to lose weight and some of us want to eat better and some of us don't know how to eat better and why we sabotaging ourselves and going right for the wrong food even though we're saying not to. And that's part of the beauty of the deck, is that it's giving you a guide saying, looks like your pH is off. Oh, maybe you need a little alkaline. Maybe you need to have a little bit of the element of water. So we help guide you away from sort of that egoic and that energy that isn't in alignment. And why is it not in alignment? That is why we have Gary here to help share all about it. So without further ado, let's just bring Gary on. You're going to love him. We do already. And he's going to be blowing your mind, and we're all going to share. And then we get to do a reading for him. So come on, Gary. Meet our world. Meet everybody. Everybody.
What is happening?
Yeah, Gary.
Abundant people.
How is that for an intro? Because I didn't want to read.
I'm still trying to ground myself. I'm like, where is the Isles of Trinidad? But I'm game. Let's do it.
What, you haven't been there? I think you're in Bali. You're from South Africa.
I'd love to. Yeah, for everyone that doesn't understand me, you're going to brush up on your South African accents. I'm going to try and enunciate my words as much as possible for my American crew.
There you go. Well, a lot of people, we recognize a lot of people here, and they know Candice Tranter, and she here is our Qigong. We actually just did a show with her, a little joint venture workshop, and she does Qigong, and we showed how to use the deck for the respiratory system. But anyway, so that's Candice. So tell them about you. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you do. Tell them what you and Claire do, and what we're going to talk about tonight, and how we're going to incorporate the food healing oracle deck. We'll add that part, but you add all about you part.
Okay, first thing what I'm going to say is I just want to say hello to everyone. I'm going to send love to everyone, and I can see you in the comments. So if you have any questions,
Candice is here. She's here. Your other South African friend.
Oh, another South African friend. Candice, what's happening? So if you guys have got any questions, I can see all Candice, Tamara, Lisa, Linda, Joan, Tamara, just going on there. If you have questions, ask me. I'm watching that the whole time because I want to make this as much about you as it is about me. So my name is Gary Tarola. I'm a high-performance coach. I have been in the work for many, many years. I didn't just land my ass in this career. I landed it up I come from a big corporate background. And initially I was in the corporate world and I was following my parents' dream, my society's dream, my neighborhood's dream, my friends' dreams of excelling and being successful in their eyes. And I thought that I was supposed to be this abundant business person. And I followed that agenda for many, many years until I subconsciously didn't know that I was trying to run away from it, and I delved deep into drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol was my reprieve. Drugs and alcohol was my savior. Drugs and alcohol was literally taking me out of my fuzzy reality that wasn't meant for me. And it was painful, but growth equals pain, and it was so beautiful. 5 years ago.
Shadow. We're going to throw in words so they can relate to what you're saying.
Okay, amazing. Okay. So I literally pulled myself out of addiction. I threw myself into rehab, and I was like, I gave myself another chance. And I kind of gave myself a pep talk. It's like, Gary, you're either going to die today or you're going to live this abundant life and you're going to be on your deathbed feeling abundant. But you only have one chance because the nature of drugs, this is what it does. And yeah, I got out of it. I was scared shitless by busting myself to society because everyone saw me as a successful person. I hid my drug use from everyone, including my girlfriend at the time that I was with for 3 years. Like no one knew besides for my friends and my mates that I did it with. And then so when I came out, I was just like, boom, this is me. And I was scared shitless. But as I became genuine and shared my truth, a couple of things happened. And this is what I want everyone to realize. And this is what I like to say. I preach to my clients because I preach it because it literally is a word from universe. And it's that the more genuine we are and the more truth that we can share with ourselves and with other people, the more truth and abundance the universe is going to serve us. So when we fear not sharing honesty because we are scared or fearful of what other people are going to think, we are telling the universe that pretty much giving it the middle finger. And like, I don't want to be honest and truthful. I don't want to invite abundance. I don't want to receive everything that the world has got to offer me. So I'm going to urge everyone, be open, especially in this conversation, be open to everything. You don't have to resonate or believe everything I say, but you need to be open enough to accept the good and the bad, the yin and the yang.
Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Is that right? I'm going to step in. So when we talked before, and I actually hinted at this too when we were doing a promo for the show, we talked about addictions, food, alcohol, sex, drugs.
Yeah.
And you said, and guess what? They're all the same. Why is that?
Yeah, they're all the same. So whatever you're addicted to, whether it's Instagram, sex, cocaine, heroin, booze, whatever it is.
Food.
Addiction, food's a big addiction. So my fiance Claire she's a vegan chef, but she's also in recovery from an eating disorder, so I know it very well. I'm in the work there. A lot of my clients have it too. My addiction specifically is cocaine and alcohol. Sex to a degree when I was in the addiction. And here's the thing, addiction is always going to be with us. So if you are naturally addicted, it's always going to be with us. It's about how are we reframing addiction? Which new direction are we willing to push that addiction towards? Because it's not about just killing energy, because we know scientifically we can't kill energy. Energy doesn't die. It's about taking that energy, that abundant energy you have towards your addiction, because it is abundance, because you're putting all your energy towards that addiction, taking that energy and pushing it towards whatever is going to be in line with your life, in line with your flow, and in line with who you are at your core. I know Lainey and Joanna speak a lot about gut feel. So what is it in your gut that you feel that is right for you? What is that vibration that is happening in the pits of your stomach? And then ask yourself, how many times a day do I go against that feeling? So I'm going to bring it up. It doesn't matter what you suffer from. It doesn't matter what type of disordered thinking you have, disordered eating you have, what type of addiction you think you might have. What you need to do is you need to start answering to yourself, and you need to start asking the question, what was the earliest instance that I experienced this addiction? What was the earliest time in my life that I experienced this feeling of less than, this feeling of I'm not worthy, this feeling of I need to run away? What is the earliest experience? Because there's one thing in the 12-step program that I'm a part of and I love that they leave out there. In the 12-step program, what they leave out is categorically the most important aspect to healing from addiction, or should I say, changing the direction of your addiction, and that is trauma. That is childhood traumatic events. Now, for those of you might know Dr. Gabor Mate. He's a big advocate of understanding what your traumatic event is in your life in order for you to progress and grow. Because if we're not growing, if we are stagnant, we die. If we are not growing, we die. And if we are not willing to step up and understand what our traumatic event is from our childhood or from an ancestral pattern, we will die. We will become stagnant. And dying doesn't mean that we just leave our body. Dying means that we're not living our life. Dying, I am dead if I'm not alive in this moment. I am dying if I'm not willing to serve humanity, serve myself, etc. So here's the thing, guys. When we are between the ages of 0, so birth, and 7, we're in a theta brainwave state. A theta brainwave state means we are sponges, which means any traumatic event that has happened to you, anything that has happened to you before the age of 7, you have sponged up. It's the reason why we are such great learners before the age of 7. But the negatives of it is if you've grown up in a household that wasn't as supportive as it should have been, or you grew up in a society that was flooded with systemic racism, or you grew up in a society that there was gender inequality, or whatever the case is, your belief system now is not because of you. Your belief system now is because of your surroundings, your environments, your upbringing. So now acknowledge that. And I use 3 steps. It's like define it, declare it, and then you're able to design your most amazing life.
Define, declare, and design. I like that.
And I don't know if anyone relates and if anyone's got any questions about a particular addiction, but for me, I'll explain to you. For me, I suffered from a place of not being confident, not being supported. And I never knew why, because I grew up in a family that was so loving, so supportive. My parents never got divorced. And through a journey of plant medicine and through a lot of coaching, that I dived deeper into because I was willing to grow and I was willing to.
Ayahuasca, baby.
Ayahuasca opened my whole entire life. And I experienced, actually during one of my ayahuasca journeys, I experienced a moment in my life when I was 18 months old. So there was no photo evidence, when I stopped breathing when I was a kid. And my face went blue, and my parents thought they were going to lose me, and they raced, they got in the car, they raced to ER, and luckily I'm here. This is not a ghost. This is me. Luckily they helped me. But what I realized at that moment was, in that moment, the energetic shift in my body, the energetic block that I experienced and kept in my body deep down inside for so long, was one of that I didn't trust anyone. I didn't.
Gary, I want you to see this.
Yeah.
Candice, addicted to unhealthy relationships.
Addicted. So Candice, I'm going to explain to you right now, and I'm going to relate it to what I'm saying now. So this energetic block happened, and I didn't trust anyone, and because I didn't trust anyone, I stopped trusting myself, and then it came around in a circle to me not trusting myself and only trusting society. So then I didn't follow my dreams anymore and landed up in drug use, landed up whatever. For some people, it's eating disorders. For some people, it's sex. For some people, it's social media. Now, Candice, to bring it back to you, addicted to unhealthy relationships. This is one of the most apparent challenges. I don't like saying issues because it's not. It's a challenge. And when we go through challenges, we become better human beings. Okay, so we live in a society where, wait for it, most people tell us that it's not okay to be selfish. And I'm here to hold up the mirror to everyone here to say that in order to be selfless, you have to be selfish. In order to serve, you have to be able to serve yourself first. And most people are addicted to unhealthy relationships. And I'm going to call maybe surface level bullshit on most of that dialogue, because it's not an addicted to unhealthy relationships. It's an addiction to not being able to say no. It's an addiction to not being able to show up for yourself. It's a fear of not speaking your truth. Because this is the thing, there's so many people in this world. There's 7.7 billion people. And out of 7.7 billion people, Candice, Lisa, Robin, Lainey, Joanna, we've all landed up in this vortex, and it's for a reason. So hear what I'm going to say. You don't have to be a people pleaser if you don't want to. If you are in pain and you're addicted to an unhealthy relationship, you don't have to. Okay? So the only way you're going to change, though, is take that idea, take that acknowledgement, combine it with action, and then you've got a new life. See, most of us, 99% of us, are not willing to bring that action in because we fear the outcome of the unknown.
I feel like I should be holding up the cards as he speaks. Like, where's our action card? Where's our tomatoes as he speaks? Where's our magic mushroom card? I'm trying to go as fast as you're going, Gary.
I'm literally just sourcing information as it comes.
I love it. Oh my God. Wonderful.
So really, Candice, I know I've got many clients that have been addicted to unhealthy relationships, but the biggest unhealthy relationship that I am going to put out there that you're probably addicted to is yourself. And you're not alone. So if anyone in the comments can maybe just comment yes if you feel you've got an unhealthy relationship with someone else or an unhealthy relationship with yourself, just type yes, because I want Candice to feel that she's part of a community, part of people that really have the same challenge, because I'll put my hand up here too. Mm-hmm.
Heck yes. When we did the certification yesterday, we had people from Canada and Romania and all across the US, and everyone was relating to what everyone else was saying or feeling or doing. It was a common unity of oneness. So yeah, and absolutely. And if you all, Diana's saying, yeah, always working on that. So there's a lot of people here who are totally in resonance with Candice and what you are sharing.
I think sometimes that we go into this place of where we abandon ourselves to make sure that everybody else is okay, and we're not okay. And so what we have to do then is to kind of make up for that, and we make up for that in unhealthy ways oftentimes. But self-abandonment, what can you say about that when you abandon yourself, Gary?
So I'm going to give an analogy to this. This is the best thing ever. When you are in an airplane, and hopefully no one experiences this, but if you're in an airplane and it's crash landing or it's about to crash for some reason and go down, the first rule that air hostesses will always tell you is put the oxygen mask on yourself first before your kids. Because if you don't have that oxygen mask on you first, you're unable to help others next to you. And the same thing works for life. If you're unable to be there and show up and love yourself first, then how on earth will you know how to show up and love other people? How on earth will you be able to really be there as support, as of service for other people? I understand that the society's narrative has been that selfishness is bad, selfishness is terrible, even to the point where the word has generated a negative energy. I'm here to tell you that you deserve to be loved by yourself first. When you are born worthy of all abundance. You are born worthy of everything in this world.
Your divine heritage is what I always say.
100%. Do not allow the external factors to take priority in your life. Now, if you are loving yourself and you're supporting yourself, then by all means, you'll have more capacity to be there for other people. You'll have more capacity to say, no, this relationship does not serve me. No, this food does not serve me. And this is why I always go back to a morning routine, because really a morning routine determines how much love you're willing to give to yourself. And a patterned morning routine is the willingness to give yourself absolute abundance. And what do I mean by this? I mean that when we can embody ourselves, embody our spirits, our love, our physical elements and our mind first thing in the morning, and show up every single morning in a patterned behavior that generates success. Now, for some people, success is great health. For some people, success is an amazing family. Some people's success is money, because there's nothing wrong with money. Money is an energy. And I want everyone to know that if you don't have a morning routine now, this is the time to get one. And I can go deep on morning routines, but my morning routine basically covers breath work, covers meditation, it covers some type of movement, some physiology, because here's why. Scientifically, kids learn way quicker than all of us, right? Learning, the art of being able to learn is a superpower. And why do kids learn more easily? So they've been able to prove that two things. When you're having fun and moving and changing your physiology, you are, one, upping your serotonin and dopamine levels, which are your happy hormones, by at minimum 30%, right? And then two, you are able to receive more. You're able to hold on to information more, because we've got a peak of learning, which means 25 minutes on, and that's your peak. And then you should be taking a 5-minute break, because after 25 minutes, you start forgetting everything, because our mind remembers things at the beginning of the 25 minutes and at the end of the 25 minutes and forgets the middle part. So for any students that are studying, if you cram studying, it doesn't work. Trust me, you're only going to remember the things at the beginning of the night at the end of the night. So I just want to tell people, incorporate a morning routine. It doesn't matter what it looks like. For me, I love running. For me, I meditate on a block. But for you, it could be gardening. It could be breath work. But here's the thing. You need to practice it every single day. You have to.
Gary, I'm having an idea. Can I share it with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
I was thinking, this is unique, and a lot of us watch. I was thinking that I would pull, or Joanna and I would take turns, and we would just pull a random card from the deck and see what word comes up, and you can give a thought on what you think. Because there's action, power, magic, release, and how's that? Doesn't that sound awesome?
Let's leave it to the universe. Let's do it.
I thought, would you guys like to hear that? Okay, so if you guys want to hear that, I'm thinking you get a chance to see our deck. Wait, here we go. And Joanna, we could take turns. She's got the baby deck I got. And I'm thinking, you know what? He can speak on any of the 60, and we're just see what word comes up. And whatever card's coming up is what this vortex is wanting to hear in this moment with the three of us. So, Gary, you up for it? Should we do it?
I'm up for anything and everything.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. So, all right, the first card is, here we go. Pineapple expansion. What would you like to say about expansion?
Can I just tell you that pineapple is my number one fruit? Pineapple from a nutritional point of view. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm also studied in nutrition. Pineapple is amazing for your thyroid. So if you're suffering from anything, any elements that is causing you to be down in your health, flus, etc., a lot of times it comes from Epstein-Barr virus, and that normally sticks in our thyroid or our liver. So we need to detox our thyroid, but most important, our liver. So decrease your fat and increase pineapple in your diet. And another thing, expansion. I love expansion. And here's how you're going to expand. You need to learn how to celebrate yourself. You need to learn how to celebrate your wins in life. I don't care what your wins are. If it is like not snoozing your alarm and just pressing no and getting up, that's a win. If it is growing a massive company to $10 million, that's a win. But here's the thing. We complain way more than we celebrate our wins. We need to celebrate our wins, and we need to do it every single day, just like the morning routine, because we need to change the fiber in our body, that we tell the universe that we are willing to accept ourselves for who we are. We're willing to accept who we are, and we're willing to receive absolutely everything, the good and the bad.
Look at all he said in one card of pineapple. All right, Joanna, pull another one. That was awesome, Gary. This is so much fun.
I love these games.
I am pulling a card.
All right. Oh my God, that's so cool.
We got avocado for healing.
Avocado. That's actually on my morning menu for breakfast, for real. Avocado is an incredible brain food. Avocado.
And the word is
I'm
healing.
going to go on a tangent here. I'm going to. But what is the meaning to avocado in your deck?
Healing wisdom word is healing.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Healing.
Mm-hmm.
So we all need to make a priority of healing ourselves every single day. And this is the reason. I'm going to go more into like a toxicity point of view now and a nutritional point of view. Guys, we live in a society. If we want to be ultra successful, if we want to really embody who we are, we need to clean this vessel. This vessel that we have right now, our bodies, is what's going to determine whether we are successful or not. We live in society where they're using chemicals and all, even if you're plant-based, there's chemicals. If you're eating non-organic stuff, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. We are riding in our cars, there's fumes. There is heavy metal toxicity in pots and pans and aluminium foil, or for my South African friends, tin foil. We've got all these things happening. We've got stress, we've got anxiety. All of these things that we are receiving, we've got news channels, we've got presidents, we've just got so much information coming our own way. What I need everyone to understand that we need to detoxify our entire bodies every single day at a very holistic way. Now, I'm about to start a 3-day fast, but that's because it's relevant for me. Now, if you are coming off eggs and bacon, your next step would be non-organic fruits and veg. But if you are on non-organic veg, it's all relevant. Where are you at? Let's go deeper into our detox, daily detox. So if you are already plant-based and you're not eating processed foods, then your next step is going to be organic, unprocessed food, right? Don't be stressed about it. And here's a trick. You can institute a few little foods in your diet. So avocado is amazing. If you're trying to detox from EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, I would stick off avocado, stick off fats for now. But a couple easy foods, it's like coriander, or Americans will call it cilantro. That helps you really purge your system of heavy metals. So if you're going to incorporate any type of cilantro, spirulina is really great. Any type of seaweed is incredible for detoxification of heavy metals. So guys, a lifelong success pattern is a morning routine, and make sure that 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're voting for yourself with the correct foods. And now it's not just about the benefits of plant-based foods, it's also about the energy of plant-based foods. If you're going to eat...
Do you like to use the, do you grind up the seed? Do you blend your avocado seed?
I don't. I'll tell you why. Bali, believe it or not, has terrible avocado.
Oh, really?
I don't really eat avocado that much. I eat it every day when I'm in a different country.
The seeds have about 150 phytochemicals in them. They are masterful. It's like a gold mine inside, but you need a 3-horsepower blender to really have it and pulverize it into dust. But look it up. It's really, really good. Not every day, but to do it intermittently to blend up the seed is amazing for the body. All right, can I pull another card? And by the way, I'm writing these all down because it'll be curious at the end to see what words that we've all connected to share in the message today. Okay, so the next one, interesting, elderberry, immunity. And you can go emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, anything that elderberry or the word immunity speaks to you.
So what I'm going to speak to right now is for people that haven't seen the photo. The elderberry photo is really of a dark energy branching into a light energy. So the tips of the elderberry are very light in color, and I want to speak to that because so often, there we go, it's on the screen. We all have light within us. It doesn't matter whether you are a light worker or whether you are a murderer. We all have an inherent light within us. And why? Why do I say this? Because you aren't able to recognize darkness if there is no lightness present. Mm-hmm. And I want everyone to understand that immunity is not just a health thing. Immunity is a mindset. Immunity is an emotional aspect to ourselves. Immunity, yes, one pillar is make sure that you're eating plant-based foods and high nutrient-dense foods for sure. But also make sure that you're feeding yourself nutrients from the heart chakra. Make sure that you're entering a room with showing your heart. Like our posture when we walk into a room determines how people are going to receive us. And that determines our immunity within that society. That determines our immunity to invite love and abundance within. And our mindset, we have to stop allowing our minds to control us, especially addicts in the room. When we have to control our mindset. So we have to rewire that. So if you got a negative mindset, you got to stop that conversation in your head where it's at. And I use something that Tony Robbins does. And it's as soon as I have something that is negative in my mind, I just shout, erase. And I say that as many times as I want, over and over and over, until I can start thinking of something positive. I move my body. I jump up and down. I've got a rebounder, so I jump up and down. And then, this is what I do. I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I think of 3 instances where I have been super grateful, right? So for me, instance, I'll give you an example. Me crossing on the red carpet for an Ironman, me proposing to Claire, me sobering up, okay? Those are the 3 things that pop into my head. Now, what happens when you do this is you divert your energy away from being angry and upset, and this increases your immunity. Why? Because 5 minutes of anger shuts down your immune system for 5 hours. 5 minutes of anger.
Isn't it?
And I don't even want to get into anger.
Yeah. I do deflect, delete. You do erase. I go deflect, delete. That's
they both work. They both work. Whatever works for anyone, like what Lainey's saying works amazing. I just like shouting at the negative thought in my head. I'm like, erase.
I love that. Joanna, do you want to do another card? We'll maybe do 1 or 2 more, and then we want to be able to give to you, Gary, and see what comes out of it. And Diana, there is a lot more to talk about the avocado seed, and I can get with you more, especially because you're taking our certification class. So we will get to that.
So, Gary, we have ginseng, which is life force.
I love ginseng. I actually love Siberian ginseng. Guys, you can see that I'm standing here in my absolute life force. Like I made a commitment to myself when I sobered up that when I show up, doesn't matter who I show up with, doesn't matter if I agree with them or I disagree with them, I'm going to show up in my absolute life force. And what does this mean for me? It means that I'm showing up in my absolute truth, and I'm going to show you everything of mine. I'm going to open up my heart. I'm going to open up my energy senses. I'm going to open up everything. So if I'm feeling terrible, I'm going to tell you I'm feeling terrible. But I put in the work that I really feel abundance every single day, and I'm able to direct that focus very quickly, and that takes a lot of work, and that's what I do with clients. But what I want you guys to know is your life force is your truth. If you can walk into a room or an unhealthy relationship and really say something without the fear of what are other people going to think of me? What are other people going to say about me? People are not going to resonate with me. Like, for instance,
hey, Candice just saw you naked in the rain. She just watched that video. Speaking of,
Candice, is it still up? Because I know I was kicked off LinkedIn because of it. They kicked me off.
I don't know. We put it on our page.
They deleted my account. They deleted off Instagram. And this is what I'm telling you guys. I show up. If you haven't seen the video, it's me dancing in the rain. And it's because I'm so against people sexualizing the human body instead of looking at the body as an abundant being. So I shared this video of me dancing naked in the rain. You can see my butt. I didn't turn around because I knew that it had just been offsides. But the reason why I did that is because I showed up in full force. Because that is what I believed. Before I shared it, did I think, oh shit, my mom is going to message me. Ah, shit, like people are not going to like it. People are going to take offense. Well, let me tell you, they all did. They all took offense. They all came to me and said, I don't agree with it. But then so many more people came to me to say, thank you for sharing this.
I'm going to pull a card of what I thought of it. Keep going. I'm going to pull a card of exactly what I thought of it.
And really, that is my commitment. Because being committed to yourself is not easy, but who wants to have an easy life? Being committed to yourself means that you get to literally just live your life out, and you get to get on your physical deathbed one day before you leave to another realm, and know that you've done it.
Gary, this is what I thought of when I saw it. Freedom. Our Kiwi card is freedom. You totally were transparent, authentic. You expressed freedom in that, and that is what we want to do for everyone who reads the deck, everyone who plays it, is to come into their own, free of addictions, free of old past traumas, free of anything would have, should have, free of everything that you just said, and to come into that state of being. And I thought your video represented that entirely.
Thank you. And I want to ask everyone in this chat if you're willing to be free. Because so many times, a lot of us stuck in addiction, a lot of us stuck in our heads, consciously might say, theoretically is conscious, okay? Gut feel and everything else is subconscious, right? Theoretically, we might say we are willing, we want to be free. Sorry, not willing, we want to be free. I want to get out of the situation. I want to, but we're not willing to accept that we are free. Because what happens when we tell ourselves we want to be free? What happens? We're telling ourselves we're not free because we're always wanting to be free.
Right.
And when we change our vocab and our thinking and our actions to, I am abundant, I am everything, I am free, we tell the universe, cool, serve me some freedom medicine. Serve me the medicine. You know, I am free. I am free. And it's not like you can fake it till you make it, because why fake it till you make it works is because you're not faking it. I'm here to tell you that from when you were born, you were free. From when you were born, that moment you came out of your mother's womb, you were 100% abundant. So if you don't trust the universe is not going to trust you. And the only way the universe is going to know that you trust the universe is that you be honest with yourself, you be honest with your loved ones around you, and you show up every day. And I'm not saying show up in this abundant energy that I am in now. I'm saying show up in your style. Show up in your emotions. That's where it's at.
So we have just about 20 minutes left. We can do a couple things. First off, I want to be able to gift you a little, even if it's a one card, just something that gives back to you. And then also, I want you to talk about cooking with Claire. But Joanna, tell me what was the last card that you pulled for Gary?
Ginseng, life force.
Life force. So the cards that we picked tonight and that we helped bring out were expansion, healing, immunity, life force, and freedom. I want everybody to take that in, that we've created this in this 40 minutes together so far. Expansion, healing, immunity, life force, and freedom. That's pretty powerful. Thanks, Gary.
Can I just ask everyone just to open up their heart chakra and open up their chest and just receive all of that? And just receive all this greatness that Lainey and Joanna have put together and the universe? and just really breathe that into your heart and accept it. Bring acceptance back in.
Beautiful.
That was perfect.
And we don't plan this. We just said we're going to get on and talk. Like, we just let it all show up. There's no prep. There's no, you say this, I say that. Hey, let's talk about that. It's just really having that allowance to allow the spirit to flow. I mean, we're across countries, continents, but we're all in oneness right now. And that's what makes us so beautiful, when you stay in the knowingness of your truth and you bring the right soul family together. It's incredible.
Absolutely. That was beautiful.
Preach.
Woohoo!
All right, Gary, what can we do for you? Is there any burning question that you would just like a second opinion on, or you would just like a thought from two partners in produce in the U.S. here for you?
I've got two questions.
Okay.
One, what is your favorite flower?
It's a question for you. No, you have to ask a question for you.
A question for me. I
No,
first want.
Do you have any questions that you want that we can pull a card for you? Because then you can.
I see. Okay.
We want to give
pull card
you,
for me now. Okay.
because for the last 41 minutes and 29 seconds, you have so graciously given to our tribe of community here. And whoever sees this, because we know after the show, this goes and views forever. You've given to so many people tonight. So we just want to be able to give something to you.
So what would you like to know about your soul's path?
How willing are people to let go of the fear narrative that COVID-19, that racial injustice has landed us into? And
wow.
Yeah.
Is this a personal? You're asking this for the collective?
I'm asking for the collective.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to do a EMPS Wellness 4-card?
I think one card. What do you think? Just in the time we have left, I would say maybe just pull like one significant card. How do you feel? What do you think?
Yeah, we could do that.
So state the question again.
And I'm going to shuffle and hold that question while I shuffle the cards.
How willing are people to let go of their fear narrative that has come up with COVID-19 and racial injustice and political injustice and all the injustice in the world? How willing are people to let go of that fear?
How willing are people willing to let go of their fear? Okay. Oh, now this is interesting. Gary, we have this card, Durian, and its word, healing wisdom word is, and I don't have a good light here.
You can't see it right now, but it's mystery.
It's mystery.
I think that is the golden question, is how are people able to trust themselves and trust their own narrative without the preconception and the pre-programming of what they were told by everybody else. I think that goes into the addiction piece. It's a work in progress, because there isn't an answer quite yet. We're in it. And I don't think that people are able to leave it. I think the Durian is exactly the right card, because it's still here. Let me just show you on this. If this is a bigger card. I mean, do you have durian where you are? You must have durian.
Yeah, it's durian is abundant here. It's beautiful. I've yet to get my taste buds around it yet, so I don't know if you've tasted it.
It is
I smelled it, but I haven't tasted it. When I was in Thailand, it was everywhere, but then you couldn't go into the hotel with it. It was illegal. But I find we chose the durian card on purpose, like everything else. But the durian is that smell, that horrific smell in the outside. But then when you get inside, you have this creamy center, like custard. Some people In fact, one of our advanced teachers have said that it's addicting. So this is actually a very addicting food. And here we're talking about addictions. So I think the mystery is still in play. And so what can we do? Oh, interesting. In the second card I got
was shadow. That's our shadow card.
Our shadow card is eggplant.
And so what I'm gathering and what I'm sensing that's coming in is people's willingness to transform the patterns and thoughts that they have held for so long. The willingness to let go of the attachment of fear, the willingness that they have to have. And it is a mystery for the collective at this moment in time, because people are finally maybe able to get to that under core, under all of those spikes, like the Durian,
right?
And get to their
the
true nature, their true nature. And it's so interesting how unwilling some people are to get beyond the layers to their true nature. But this is a catalyst. All of this stuff that's happening to the collective is a catalyst, whether they choose to or not, to become willing to look beyond everything that they have been taught, shown, that is in their environment. And the willingness is coming, Gary. I have real faith for that willingness to let go of that kind of fear and discover new aspects of their true nature, because that's been hidden from us for way too long. Yeah.
And it's up to us. It's up to these light workers that are in this chat box, in this vortex right now, ready to show up. Because if we are wanting other people to be willing, we need to be willing to accept everything. And I'm going to give you a quick 10-second little story. And it's when we are feeling stressed or overwhelmed, we need to be willing to accept that the universe has our best interests at heart. And what does this mean? When we are willing to accept that from the universe, then we are able to be in a moment of stress and anxiety and understand that it's stretching our containers, it's stretching our vessels to receive more greatness, receive more of everything. So we will receive the bad, we'll receive the greatness. But it only comes if we're willing to accept that the universe has our best interests at heart always.
Well, we our acceptance card is onions. You can probably see how perfect that is.
Yeah, of course.
It's so great that we can just tell you what it is, and you're like, I got it. It's really, really nice. In the few minutes we have left, Gary, let's tell our watchers about Cooking with Claire.
Okay, cool, fam. So I've already told you my fiance, Claire Sharon Roberto. She's a vegan chef, French trained. She suffered with Epstein-Barr virus, eating disorders, etc. Anyway, that propelled her into a plant-based chef. We open restaurants all around the world, but it's sugar-free, gluten-free, organic, everything. But it's still like got that comfort food feeling. So what we did is we combined our forces. So me as a high performance coach and her as a chef, and into an 8-week container. We've just finished a season now. Yesterday, it was beautiful. And what we offer is it's like chef training. So chef skills, recipe training. She develops new recipes for the actual 8-week container all the time. And then we do nutrition coaching call once a week on Zoom. So it's very interactive. And then I do a high performance coaching session that I do with my clients that I charge thousands and thousands of dollars for as well weekly. It started out as bi-weekly. It's now weekly. So get excited. And we're about to launch that. I should be launching it today, but keep in comms. If you want in on it, just send me like a DM on Instagram. It's Gary_Tarola, or I don't know if you're going to share my links at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to keep you hidden, Gary. We're going to share.
Cool. So I'm here to stay.
You're sharing us. We're sharing you.
Pardon?
I said we're sharing. You're sharing about who we are. We're sharing about who.
Amazing.
Vice versa. That's what it's about.
A big happy family. And then guys, if you, whatever I said that resonated with you, I do one-on-one coaching with high performers that are willing to really unleash their personal freedom. So there's that, or I do a free training in a group called Become Limitless, because It's just about remembering that we are limitless.
I love that. I love
Gary,
that.
thank you for being here because I know you need to hop on to your next adventure. I will make sure they get all your information, and then hopefully we'll see what the new year brings, and we can synergize again. This is wonderful, and we hope to meet your beautiful Claire.
You definitely will. And thank you to everyone that's decided to use their time to listen to me and just be in this vortex. It was for a reason, for sure. And I hope to cross paths with everyone one day. We have already, but I'm talking from a physical realm. Maybe we can enjoy some durian and avocado together.
Oh, dear.
So have you ever seen anything like this? It's pretty cool that these words come in and they have so many in layers upon layers upon layers. It's just really, I'm sure you guys know that too on your end.
The universe is everywhere. And if we listen, we can find the answers.
Yeah, well said.
Gary,
Well, we're doing it through Mother Nature. Go ahead.
So very much, Gary.
All right, listen, so we're going to let you go. We're just going to follow up with a few announcements for the tribe here. And again, thank you for sharing your heart, your love, your authenticity. And that was really fun pulling cards in that way.
That was amazing. Peace and love, guys. See you soon.
All right. Ciao. Ciao for now. Oh, my God. That was so much fun. I needed that, just to be able to take in. Wasn't he amazing, you guys?
That was ginseng. That was celery. That was all of the oomph I needed. I needed some oomph.
And we had met weeks ago, and he loved what we were doing. And we loved I loved what he was doing. I said, Joanna, we're going to have this guy. He talks like he's a sage, like who's 80 years old, who's lived lifetimes. Like, he looks so young, but he's so full of intense, beautiful wisdom. And he totally is in alignment with what we're doing. It was just the natural papaya to have him on tonight, to kind of just move into that beautiful flow of our certification time, which is right now, and to have him on. And God, wasn't that fun letting him interpret the cards like that?
Well, I love that. That was a great idea you had for him to do that. That was awesome. I think that he's one of those kind of guests that we could have on for 2 or 3 hours and we would never get tired of hearing him talk and share his wisdom with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're so glad you guys got to take that in. So just again, a couple announcements. If you came in late, we are not here next Monday. We are going to be finishing our training for another wonderful class. So that's next Monday is our first time going dark, but we will return in 2 weeks. So if you need to find us, reach us, go to our website, go to our regular Facebook page. But we won't be here next week. We have another beautiful group of people coming in, and we cannot wait to share time with them. And anything else we needed to share? We have decks are all out. Believe it or not, we would have been resting today, but God bless Lucille Trice and Tony Wingle. We got 70, 60 packages out today.
I don't even know.
Oh my God.
We have shipped our little butts off.
As far as Australia. I mean, we shipped all over the world today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, this thing's big, everybody. And we're all part of it.
I don't know about you, Lainey. I've been getting messages of people who have received their deck and they're just amazed and they're loving them. The feedback. Oh my God, I love you all so much. The feedback has been so just heartwarming, for Lainey and I who have worked so hard. It's like just hearing you guys appreciate and really get it. All of you guys in this last class, they got it so well. They're just rock stars already. It was beautiful.
Rock hard stars. And by the way, if you didn't see the sneak peek, I kind of threw that in there tonight as a little give you, but I gave you a sneak peek of a card that's in our second deck. Can you believe it? We're not even barely getting the first deck, and I had to throw it in there because I couldn't help. But when I got that feature face facial last week on my birthday from Lucille, I was like, she's like, and we're doing goji berry tonight. I'm like, oh, that's in our next deck. And so I was like, and go look at the picture and go look at the 2 foods and join us August 29th to feed your own face. She's creating an ebook of delicious recipes for your skin to make you look fabulous. I might have a light on, but look at my skin. It's all from that facial she gave me. But August 29th, we're going to have a lot of fun with the cards. and show how our outer radiance will match our inner radiance. So I'm very excited, and that's why I had to do the sneak peek, because it was worth it. Because when she broke out the goji berries, I'm like, you know what? I'm showing one of our cards from the next deck. That's it.
Just a little sneak peek. I think
A little. One out of 60. Another 60.
That was not the only sneak peek that we've had show up.
You're right. We've had a few raspberries, I think
raspberries, and then I think there is something else that so you guys are getting a little sneak peek about the next deck, and we'll be working on that after our last certification class.
Thank you, Robin. It was awesome. You made it awesome. Tamara made it awesome. Cheryl, Lucille, Tony, everybody was there. Linda, oh my God, Amber,
Lynn.
Diana from Romania, Lynn from Canada. It was tremendous, and we can't wait for the rest of you to join us the next couple times. Was I supposed to get a scrub from my foot detox? And she's asking me? You need to check out Lucille. We're on a show. Just kidding, Melissa. All right. All the decks are out. Look for
Yes,
them
Hannah, you can be getting yours any day. Hannah Coffee's on here. Yes, any day, because yours is out.
We have a lot that people are picking up. Thank you for picking up. That definitely saves us, because you have to know something. Here's just the behind stories, and then we'll be signing off here. Do you see how big our deck is? Woo! Okay, we thought our deck was going to be like the size of my phone. Now, imagine what shipping costs calculated for the size of my phone and the size of the deck. Just call it 2.5 times more. So the more that you can pick up really helps us save money to order new decks for you and get us going on the second deck. So yes, if you can pick up, great. We will ship if you aren't here. That really helps us. We have a bunch of people in Naples. We got to figure out how to get them more decks. It's happening. We thank you. Go onto our site, foodhealingdeck.com. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see some of you at our certification.
Yes, Melissa, I have yours at my house. So just get in touch with me.
Yes. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. And you are always, by the way, the baby decks are coming in. We hope like any day. I'm like chomping at the bit. We're going to have 500 baby decks, or children's decks, or travel decks, or whatever you want to call them. They're on their way. So the ones who ordered decks, large and small, we haven't sent yours out. You're being just held just real until the next few days when the next decks come in here. We're going to ship you both decks instead of having to ship twice. So baby decks are on their way, and if you ordered the baby decks and the large, yours have not been shipped out yet. That's the only. But we got hundreds between last Friday doing our certification and then here Monday, which we thought we were going to rest. No, we shipped all day long until we had to do the show tonight. Look at me, I'm like a schlep tonight. But you know what? Gary T. Roller rocked it. You guys rocked it. And by the way, if you ever have topics that you want, we have we have great resources. We have wonderful guests planned for the show. You're going to love them. They're all related one way or another to what we do here with the Food Healing Oracle deck. And thank you. It's all to help you and help humanity. Thank you. God bless. We'll see you when we see you.
I just pulled a card for the collective here.
Okay.
And look at what it is. Look what everybody got. It's
papaya. Everything's in flow.
So please, guys, just keep flowing in your own life, like Gary T. Roller said. Yes. Just be authentic, be yourself, go with the flow, listen to spirit. We had a lot of that in this class of how to listen. And be papaya babies.
See you later. Thank you for being here. We love you.
Mwah.